Starting Camtasia. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, welcome back to Chapter 15 of Coriolis, the Great Filter. This is our Coriolis campaign published by Free League. 15 sessions in, our characters have grown strong, wise, powerful, and full of guile. With us tonight will be Hakam Ruhail, played by Raz. Walter Peck will be playing Nasir Amit. We have Slit playing Thuraya, Sim playing Ali Tarik, and the effervescent Pasha Khan will be played by none other than Zypher. And we will go ahead and get started. Tell me at any time if your vision does not work for some reason. I gotta find the right slide, actually. That's not the right one. I'll go Highlands. Is that it? That's not it either. Highlands 2. There you go. Okay. Mikhail Nine Flowers rests for a moment. He removes his helmet, breathing heavily. His ragged breath, at first quick and chaotic, slows to a normal rhythm. In, out, in, out. It is in cadence with distant thuds of artillery and explosions. His army has achieved their objective and now occupies the mine and power station, attached to a large communications and research building several kilometers away. He raises his communicator. "This is Nine Flowers," he says. "We now hold our objectives. The mine and power station are under our control, and according to our savvy data gen, the fighting is nearly over at the communications center. I'm assuming our distraction was indeed successful." He pauses. "We do have a number of wounded and dead, but not so many as I would have imagined weeks ago. Your intel and cache of discovered armament is to thank. So, you have my gratitude." He sits and leans against a wall, his sweaty black hair curled into a mess. "No need to reply if you have your hands full. I am hopeful, for the first time in forever. We are nearly to the end, and Algol is nearly free. I can hear the shackles of the consortium breaking." In the meantime, at the communication center, you and your team have captured the facility. The occupying soldiers have been killed or fled into the tundra. One target remains elusive, however. Dr. Linzetto has yet to be captured or slain. Search party have been dispatched, but there is, as yet, no word on the scientist's fate. And now opening up to RP.
The first thing Nasir has done now that the fighting is settled and there's a moment of calm is to further tend to the wounds of Ali and search the facility for some sort of med lab or trauma lab, something to help the rush job he did, the patchwork job on Ali's arm as was ripped from his body during the firefight with the monstrous robots at the perimeter of the station.
Yep, Nasir, it would take, some time. The base is pretty large, but it's kind of being swept over by all the Algol rebels. And I would say within an hour, your communicator starts to blink. "Nasir, meet! I got a report."
Yes, what is it? Speak.
The station. It seems to be taken mostly intact. There is some damage here or there, but you were asking about that med lab. It's down here on the second floor. You can get Ali and the other wounded. Go ahead and start triaging them. I'll check with the natives, see if anybody knows anything about medicine, surgery, or at least how to administer painkillers.
Excellent. I will be down there shortly with Ali, and I will do what I can while we wait for someone a bit more qualified than I. This is Nasir out.
Very quick. Is Pasha Khan nearby? We do have a report that may impact his information campaign.
Nasir kind of hands the communicator receiver over to Pasha. Captain, they need you to speak with them about something.
Yes, this is Pasha.
Hey, this is Coriolis, one of Nine Flowers' men. How you do, sir?
I am well. I am happy to know that you are alive.
Just barely. Lost 3 toes, but like my mom used to say, they'll grow back.
Well, we have a med lab here somewhere. Maybe we can grow them back.
That would be great. That would be great. Hey, listen, about that damage report. I don't know if it was espionage or sabotage or maybe a artillery round hit this dish, but it looks like at least the partial part of the communication array has been destroyed. It could be fixed, but it's going to take time. We're sending men down to the factory right now. They're up to some dark stuff down here in these dungeons.
Is there a sign of those experiments they were doing?
That and more. I heard a voice. Who was that?
Oh, this is Taraya.
Well met. Yeah. Downstairs, not only experiments, but it looks like they're doing some sort of information technology stuff. Jinn intelligence work. There's always been whispers of that sort of thing coming out of Coriolis, but not this far out.
I hate to say it, Pasha Khan, but I think we need to bring our big brains down here, the Ibrahim and Hakam. There are things that they will know how to interpret that we will not.
Yes, make it so. But do not bring the Crimson Wish out from hiding, not yet.
No, it is too early to be that overconfident. But Thariah will message Hakam and Ibrahim aboard the ship. Tell them that they found, that they took the place and that there's a lab and probably will need them. Particularly for medical stuff.
Out of character question, what is the issue with the communicator dish?
Excuse me? I'm sorry.
Before we talked about the dungeons, you said the communicator dish was partially destroyed.
Oh yeah, it's just damaged. Yeah, it works for short range stuff, but that interstellar stuff going to the relays, not so much anymore. And they couldn't tell if it was destroyed during the battle or during the retreat if they just sabotage it.
I see. Okay. And we were using the communication because I'm a little confused. Were we using that communicator dish to do our information attacks, or were we doing it from the Crimson Wish?
Well, I think you're doing it from the Crimson Wish earlier, but I'm just giving you a lay of the land and what you would want to do if you could use it or not. Then you just give me a report. Yep.
Okay, cool. I just want to confirm that. Okay, sounds good. Continue.
So Thariah calls up to Hakam and Ibrahim and asks them to come down.
Yeah.
On my way.
Yes, Ali is in bad shape. He is missing an arm. Hopefully, with the supplies here, you'll be able to handle it. Well, it was the mechanical one, but still, it isn't pretty. And Nasir also is...
His face, right?
Well, no. He's become a holy man. Not a pose.
Not the face this time, okay. Yeah, I'll bring what I can.
Good. Good.
You hear Ibrahim as well. Do you want me down there? Oh, I suppose we could leave Shanti in charge for now. Up to you, Thariah. You're the boots on the ground.
For now. Do we only have one shuttle? How many shuttles do we have? I can't remember. We have at least 2.
You have, enough because you have all
And we've
of,
got stuff on the plane
yeah.
side too.
Right. And you guys got this cache of weapons and transports and stuff.
Yeah.
Ali stares and hearing voices talk, and then he kind of looks around as he's laying against the wall. And he looks down at his arm, doesn't even say a word. He reaches into his vest and pulls out his Zopfor and takes a deep breath of it. I don't want to be awake anymore for this. And he'll lay back and relax.
Sleeping right now is probably not the best option when you are injured so grievously.
Yes, it's better than feeling the pain.
That is true, but pain lets you know you are still alive.
That's not always a good thing, right?
So Nasir and Ali kind of hobble off down to the second floor. The corridors of this place, every now and then you see like a scorch mark as a firefight probably took place. And you even see one area that's just crumbled and destroyed. You have to take a detour as like a shell hit the station. But eventually Nasir and Ali take a lift down to the second floor. Down there you see a bunch of mostly natives kind of trying to figure out the medical equipment down there, and they're hastily taking care of several other individuals. 2 of these individuals are just beyond gone. They're screaming and crying, and eventually their voices go quiet. The others are quickly sedated and put to sleep, at least out of their misery. One man, kind of with blood on his smock, kind of turns as Nasir and Ali kind of enter into the med bay. Who are you? State your business.
I am Nasir Ahmed. I helped lead the attack on this installation, and this is my friend Ali in need of medical attention.
There's a lot of that going around right now. He kind of looks at Ali. Your arm's gone, right?
Yep.
Ah, bless the icons. Place is short on cybernetics. They're all down at that factory, but bring it over here. At least we can stop the bleeding.
Nasir kind of helps him along to get him down on a med table to help figure out or begin treatment.
The medic kind of takes a pen light out of his pocket and swings it across Ali's eyes. Perhaps maybe a little constricted. You already on pain meds, sir?
I just took some before.
All right. You did half my work for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say this isn't going to hurt, because it will. But hang tight. And he kind of quickly beckons another tech over, and they put a tourniquet on his arm as some sort of biologic dressing over the stump that's going to staunch the bleeding. He holds down pressure hard. Give me a just strength check.
Straight strength. All right.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's good. No loss of mind points. What does it look like as you just kind of deal with the pain and work through it?
So as he starts putting pressure on, Ali's gonna grit his teeth and kind of stare straight ahead. And you just hear him just holding his breath as he's fighting the pain. And how long you got to do this for?
As long as it takes, sir. As long as it takes. He kind of lifts up your arm and, it's completely missing. And it might take a while.
Think I need more painkillers for this.
That's what they all say. But we're rationing it for now, at least till we know what the need is.
I understood. And he'll try not to pass out from the pain.
That scene fades away. The camera swings over the mountain ranges of Algol, across the mountain range where a shuttle is en route, flying across the snowfields after they have launched from the Crimson Wish. Hawcom, you can see the remnants of a battlefield on the perimeter of this station. There are what looks to be turrets that are destroyed. There look to be missile installations. And here and there even look to be humanoid robots or machines that lay in smoldering ruins. The shuttle continues ever downward and eventually starts to land. Lands in one of the hangars. It's near the main rally point where perhaps Thoraya and Pasha Khan have set up a headquarters or command center of sorts, and you exit the shuttle.
Thoraya goes to meet the shuttle, kind of at a little bit of a jog.
Yeah, Hakam comes walking out in his loaned combat armor, and with sort of both hands full with what you would assume sort of like toolboxes of stuff, and sort of hurries out at a quick jog.
Yeah, Thoraya runs over, kind of takes one end of his box of supplies and gives Ibrahim a wave and starts leading them toward the facility. I don't know what kind of a hack they've got working on Ali right now. We should hurry. And I have to say, I want to get a look at what they've got going on there in there. Apparently there is dungeons or something. They have experiments.
What? I'm more of a, machines person, less of a putting people back together person, but I'll do what I can.
Right now, that's might be better than what we've currently got. Battlefield medics.
Okay. Then he essentially huffs. He's not that physically fit. Thoraya figures out fairly quickly because he starts huffing and puffing quickly. But he, keeps up.
Yeah, she kind of shakes her head to herself as they head toward the building, but knows that his skill sets are every bit as valuable as hers and might still come in handier. So as quickly as they can over to the med bay. Actually, on the way there, Thoraya finds someone to help bring the supplies, and she, with her suspicious mind, starts to feel a little paranoid in the station, and she deploys her drone. I am going to scan and count as we go. I want to make sure that every body that the drone is picking up is accounted for.
Active battlefield? You said it'd be safe.
Well, here, I mean, as safe as anywhere, she shrugs.
I have a proximity sensor if you want. I can help too.
My drone has the electromagnetic and infrared. It can do the job here, and I'm used to looking at it. And so she starts to read the readouts. Basically, you know, if they walk through a hallway or walk into a room, she starts doing a head count and then looking at, you know, the little dots on her screen, making sure there's no one hiding in a you know, a utility passage somewhere or something like that.
Inside?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a, I think it's tech to operate that thing, correct?
I don't know. Is it, or is it observation? Yeah.
Yep, give me tech.
Tech.
With a +2 because of that attachment. That's what we've been doing.
Ooh, pretty good.
Yep, inside, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Everybody in every face, this thing scans. You don't pick up any heat signatures in the walls. You know, you don't see anything hiding. No abnormal electromagnetic frequencies either that would suggest any more of those walking
robots.
machinations. Yeah, at least inside.
Well, it makes her feel a little bit safer. She starts to relax a little bit as they finally get to the med bay.
So as you guys walk into the med bay, Ibrahim is behind you. Thariah, you see, as well as Hakam, you see Nasir maybe kind of helping the medics hold down Ali as they're kind of putting pressure on his arm in this biologic dressing, at least to try to stabilize him. Ali is doing his best to stay calm under the situation. There's perspiration on his brow, but as of yet, he's not lost his composure at all.
Yeah, Hakam walks up and says like, "Oh, Ali, man, we'll need to get you a replacement arm. You doing well? Here," and he like hands him a flask of something from the ship, some sort of alcohol we have on the ship, and then starts to try and help. Maybe, you know, asks around if anyone is actually considers themselves a professional.
Yep. As you ask around, there are many kind of novice technicians, that sort of thing. There's no professional doctor or surgeon. No, these are just kind of the folks that have been pushed out of the city over the past several years by the consortium. They've had to make it. You know, one generation of folks at least has been raised with not a lot of education, not a lot of opportunity, as they've been kind of impressed to work in the mines as slaves or indentured servants. They're doing their best based on folk wisdom and the supplies in the med bay, but they aren't professionals by any
do they have like
measure.
a trauma kit or M doses? Like what are we?
Yeah, they would have that stuff. All that stuff would be available here.
Nice,
and I think you, with your stats, would probably recognize this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'd be using a trauma kit because that gives a +3 to all medicurgy rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how these stack because there's the trauma kit and then there's also a P dose and an M dose.
They don't stack. You take the highest one.
Thank you, because I have not read into medicurgy much at all. Would you like me to just roll medicurgy? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, you can roll it so to heal the damage. There's a roll initially like on the battlefield to stabilize them. That's kind of been done.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know if he needs any more further help.
You need some sort of long-term solution for your arm there, Ali.
Not locally here though, right? Like he will also say, "Look, man, we can get you a cyber replacement, but that needs to be connected properly to your nerve endings, and I've never done that before. But until then, I could at least make sure you have some sort of contraption that allows you to still hold a weapon and fire it. I think that'd make you happy."
I'll take anything at this point. But let's go find my old arm and put it back on.
You know.
Oh, it was just like cut off?
Yes. Why are there no scientists here?
I'm a scientist.
No, I mean, she looks around the lab. They would not have gone to fight in a battle.
Perhaps they fled when the fighting's most fierce, some sort of exit in the back, so to speak, to flee, since they, as you put it, are scientists, not warriors.
Perhaps. And she looks around. She starts, scanning again. If they were here, then they would know how to put that arm back on better than we do.
Well, and Bo, you said we know when Zeta was in here, or would you not?
Yeah, he's just nobody's found him or any of the scientists yet. That's the weird thing. Yep.
Ibrahim, perhaps you should access their systems, see if you can find schematics, find if there is an escape route from here we are not aware of, or an area that is not visible to the naked eye, something like this. Also, we should get to know the defensive systems.
Hakam looks up and says, "That's what the sensor's for."
Oh,
And he taps at his box.
She makes a good point. Perhaps Hakam and Ibrahim can look at the pull-up schematics of the base and see if something doesn't quite check out. Maybe they have some sort of safe room or somewhere they could hide it while they wait for things to blow over.
you know better than I do how to accomplish it, Hakam, but the idea is sound, yes?
Someone's hiding. I should be able to find them with this. Ali, can you wait 5 minutes? It seems like they've taken care of you, and while they get your arm, I can run the sensor.
Or, like I said, perhaps there is an escape tunnel, and we can find that. They may not have had time to go far.
If you can find
I shouldn't be the only one looking.
If you can find it, Tarai and I can hunt them down quietly. They will not hear us coming.
Yeah, I'll just roll a tech roll, see what I find. It literally says that I can find hidden objects as well as live information about terrain around. So it's sort of... I'm assuming...
What's the range on it?
As long as I run it in active mode, it's extreme range in open terrain. So it depends how you treat. If this is an inside base, it probably gets...
Inside. So I think you need some sort of direction on where to use this thing. So I think if you ran it right in the base, it just pick up everybody running around the base.
Oh, absolutely. That's what it does. Yeah, exactly. You're not pointing it at a specific person. It's sort of like a ping, like a radar that tells you surrounding, what does it say? Live information about terrain, vehicles, and individuals. Is not exact, right? It literally just gives you an overview. It isn't specific to find me Jason Bourne in this group of 100 people. It can't do that.
You can roll it, but it's not going to show you much.
It should be able to tell you, for example, there is a level under us that has 12 people hiding in it that we didn't know there's even a level under us.
Got it. Roll it.
Right?
I think especially if we combine that with schematics that Ibrahim could pull up, then we could kind of compare them.
See here.
Nope.
Let me see.
If you guys think it's important enough, of course I can pray to the icons, but oh, he finds more. Much more. That's a crit.
So what he would find, so you would start running this, and he's kind of doing it, trying to guide this scan. And what he would find is surveillance footage of the time just prior to and during the first assault. And there's no audio or anything, but there is kind of overhead video of the med bay, and as he kind of scrolls through the footage, there's video down in the more experimental labs and that sort of thing as well. And as soon as this assault starts, they all look very nervous, and they all kind of go into action. What you can see is they all make a quick exit, and they all go into some sort of tunnel or lift in the back, but they get in ground vehicles and kind of drive out of this thing. And they disappear down this very long, dark tunnel.
What is the timestamp on that?
It'd probably be 2 hours ago. I'd say, when this whole shebang started.
It seems they've had quite the head start.
But where would they go? Perhaps they have shuttles somewhere. But the shuttles would have to go to a ship.
Maybe you could track the cars, vehicles, tracks or something. Heat
Are
signatures,
they
perhaps, I don't know.
low jacked?
If they are company property, maybe?
It's low jacked me.
It means that they've got a
sort of.
GPS built into them so that, like, if you get a rental
Tracker.
car, you can't steal it. You know, the company can trace it.
Yeah, you can't steal from the consortium, maybe?
Yeah. So Ibrahim, you bring it up to the FDA, says, yeah, let me try to slice into the system. And I'm going to have him make another roll. Another data gen. Yep. So with a one success, he picks up signals not very close to the base at this point, kind of on the other side of a mountain range, kind of on the back part of this mountain range, and there is a kind of a series of dots, representing these vehicles kind of speeding across the landscape, going who knows where. Right here, here's our target.
But they're
My
still
guess
moving.
is, it's my guess these scientists and Linzetto bastards squirted out the back. I guess their big brains are to be protected in this operation.
Nasir's going to kind of look at the map itself, trying to best guess where their destination might be with these vehicles moving. Like, is there a close consortium facility by? Are they heading for the nearest population center?
You remember from Thoria's scouting that there is there's just a small town, like a consortium town, like where all the workers and that stuff works, but they likely have a small station that shuttles and that sort of thing can lift off from as well.
Nasir kind of points to the station that is his best guess. Here, I think we can intercept them here. We'll be down the man, unless Ali can shoots better one-handed than he does with two.
Good. Maybe I'm good with just one.
We can't leave Ali behind. He will be too sad. But really, are you okay to go?
I'd never pass up the chance for the battle.
This is what I was thinking.
Then Hakam builds him sort of a bit of a rig like in Aliens, where you can slot in his weapon and hold it. It's held essentially by his torso, not by his arms. It's a one-time contraption. Should stabilize firing. Does that work?
I gave him a pistol to use.
A pistol?
You could drill something to his bones like an X-fix. That really would not take that long. Painful.
No, but the harness they use for the pulse cannons. Yeah.
He already has one of those, but yeah.
Oh, well then you don't need both arms to shoot, right?
No, you need both arms to shoot a machine gun. This just allows you to shoot it standing up, much like the Aliens reference you're making.
Yeah. Probably hard to go full auto.
Well, let's establish what Hakam can make and what that means for Ali mechanically.
So what are you trying to do? Just something to, like with his other arm, brace the weapon?
The weapon is braced, right? You need just one arm. You will be using... The minimum you need to do to fire a weapon, I believe, is to be able to hold it with a hand and pull the trigger, right? He has one arm to do said thing. The other thing you would be doing...
If he has his machine gun, he would need the two arms to hold the thing.
Exactly, and all I'm trying to say is that you only need the arms because one arm, literally, you just put your hand under it and hold it, right? That can be done with a harness.
I guess maybe harness is a wrong way to put it. What if you can, again, kind of referencing something outside of this game, if you remember the way the harness worked in Aliens, it was kind of around the torso of the human. It then extended to the gun. So it was almost like it's your body acts like a tripod. So what if you build not like a sling, but something that goes around the torso and extends out to a tripod to stabilize the gun. That way he can shoot it with one hand, but it will be very hard to aim. So he can do suppressive fire, cover fire, and stuff like that. But he can still fire, but very hard to aim.
Lose accuracy.
Yeah, you lose accuracy, but you use your body to stabilize the gun, right? You can build a contraption like that. So you're not getting an advantage because you lose accuracy, but you're able to still have a person fight.
Yeah, like that.
something like-
Yeah, I think I'd be down. I think that'd be more realistic than like grafting something into his bone.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Staple gun.
Plasma torch and metal.
Is anyone helping?
I'll help you. I'll
Okay,
help
cool.
you.
Ali would give you a hand.
That's a +3 when that's a +3 when using the device.
There you go. Takes I don't know, 30 minutes, but tell me what it looks like.
Yeah, so Hakam cobbles together from the pieces around, and there are plenty of casualties around that he can, pull a variety of clothing, armored vests, and stuff together just to get material, and then uses a thermal cutter and a welding torch, and essentially his set of tools that he brought down to build this contraption out of what do you call it, like levers and angles and joints, and it doesn't look nice. It's certainly a little heavy. It's not. It won't hold forever. And even Hakam says, like, look, this is not a permanent solution at all. It might work, for a little while. And then the question for Bo, for example, is technically I make a one-time contraption that gives the bonus. I roll successes, right? So it would be a one-time contraption at a +3. Does that mean he can shoot only once with a +3? Or do we say maybe he can shoot for 3 rounds at a +0? I don't know how you want to RP that before the thing shatters itself apart.
I'm not gonna make it break unless I use some dark points. I could do that, but I think it's a permanent contraption.
Sorry, he
Okay.
still has his pistol just in case.
Yeah.
Well, Nasir's pistol.
Yeah, don't be claiming that. It's mine.
Cool, and then he fits it to Ali best as he can.
Ali would stand up and kind of look around looking for Pasha because he gave Pasha his machine gun to use. I'd be taking that back for him.
What is Pasha doing up at the HQ?
Oh. Okay, can you give me a rundown of the timeline? So it's been 2 hours since we attacked the facility, right? You said.
Yes.
We have not yet been hailed by anybody from outer space, correct?
No.
Okay. Pasha is around. Once Ibrahim is done finishing locating the people who escaped, he would ask Ibrahim to see if any sort of distress signal was sent, and if the systems talk about when reinforcements will arrive for said distress signal.
Brahim kind of still at the computer. He's chewing some sort of tobacco product and has a cup on the left side and kind of spins his chair around to Pasha Khan. So, just do a sweep of the system? What type of information you want in particular? You said distress signals?
Yes,
Anything
yes,
out of space, eh?
yes. I want to see if, I mean, the consortium is not going to sit idly by. We have attacked their facility. We have taken it. Their people are on the run, as you have found. The question is, has their HQ been notified? And if it is so, then what is the response? Surely there must be some sort of standard operating procedure manual sitting around in those computer systems somewhere. Surely they must be running, what do you call, drills to emulate this very thing that's happened to them. Surely there must be all sorts of strategy in case of such things befall them. Can you look at it and see what could be their next move in case the installation does fall in enemy hands? Is there a self-destruct? Is there reinforcements?
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down there, Captain. All right, give me a minute. Let me try to get as much juice out of this scanner and sensor away as I can. Like Corporal Wilbur says, it looks like, yeah, the power is down on part of the array, but let me see here. Let's see if I can get something out of it. We'll scan the environment first, at least in a cone upwards. See if any distress signals or transponders from space are being detected. Sit tight, sir. And he's going to do data gen at a -2 since that thing is not fixed. Boom. I'll let you describe, Pasha, kind of what it looks like as he gets part of the satellite array going and shoots a scanning signal into space, and then I'll tell you what you find.
Yeah, so, Pasha is in the HQ and kind of like one is pacing up and down. The others seem to be focused on finding the people who have escaped. And he knows Mikhail's forces have been through the ringer and they're taking a break. He's now worried about the next step. Taking the installation was just part one in a series of long multi-stage attack. Yeah, they have the installation, but at any time consortium forces could be upon them and they need to start figuring out how to secure this place. So he's kind of pacing up and down the HQ room. There's like a map, like those electronic, 3D view of Algol and the surrounding mountains in the center of the room. And he's kind of, as he paces up and down, he looks at that. He looks at, various information that the consortium has of this part of the planet.
Very nice.
Anything? Did you find anything, Ibrahim?
Absolutely, I did. Looks like while our lines were down, a few messages were coming in, sir. I'll play the first one now. Here we go. And he brings up what looks to be a transmission. Sometime within the past 2 hours, it probably came in at some point when the satellite was not functional. And it is a picture of the bridge showing Aladdin PK. This is Aladdin PK of Enos. I received your summon, and none too soon. By the time you receive this, I will be very close to Algol. Unfortunately, I have grave news to report. It seems I'm not alone on this passage to your destination. Shortly after entering the system, my sensor operators reported to me many other vessels trailing behind. It seems that what you're doing on the surface has drawn the ire of half the Third Horizon. You've made powerful enemies, Pasha Khan. It's a good thing that I'm here to get you out of this mess. It is my recommendation that you and your allies return to orbit immediately, where you can be protected by my destroyer, the Kingfisher. I am also ordering my second in command, Captain Shahina Kassab, aboard her vessel, the Gem of the Jungle. Between us you will be protected. There is no hope on the ground. Come now and flee under my umbrella of generosity. You have dealt a death blow to the consortium. There is no need to finish the fight now. But you can do so at safe range with the intelligence you no doubt have gathered. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Aladdin PK, out. And can you give me, Pasha Khan, a I'm gonna do empathy, but I'm gonna use observation under empathy. So it's going to be just an empathy check, but then give yourself a +1 for observation. I'm kind of mixing those two.
One. Cool. Empathy.
So you're trying to sense the mood of these people on the bridge.
1 minute. Empathy. 1. Ooh.
Aladdin PK seems sincere as far as you can tell. This is just a bare success, but you can tell the second in command, standing at his side, looks very nervous and perturbed.
Okay. Aladdin Pasha is walking up and down the deck. Is that all, Ibrahim? Is there nothing else?
Yeah, a couple more things here, sir, at least from outer space. I can point this thing towards the ground and get a look at our terrain afterwards, but oddly, there's no asteroids in this system, at least not that I remember. I'm picking up lots of objects in orbit, though. Not just the Crimson Wish. I think we have a lot of ships hiding with their transponders turned off.
Say that again. Ships hiding with the transponders turned off.
Look, and he kind of looks at the scan. This object here, this object here, this object here. These aren't asteroids. They're not on any of the charts. There's a lot of objects up above that are not made of ore, metal, or anything else. That would be a meteor. I think they're ships, Pasha.
Pasha just kind of stops in his tracks and looks at Ibrahim.
Kind of looks. Let me do one more scan here. One more scan. Let's try to zero in on these. And then as he does that, an actual transmission comes in real time. Oh, hot damn, we're being contacted by one of them right now. When you put them through, Pasha?
No, hold it.
Very well. So if he doesn't do anything, it'll just be like recorded. It'll just kind of go in like that other transmission.
Okay, so it's a real-time transmission, but since we didn't answer it, it's going into like our voicemail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sounds good. Nasir,
Yes, Captain.
I want you and Ali. Is he fixed yet?
He can fire a gun. Fixed, though, that is a long ways off.
Okay, I want you to look around, look for consortium battle fatigues. Look for a room which has transmission capabilities. Make that room look like there are bodies piled around. And I want you, the two of you, to be ready to send some transmissions out. How long would you need to do that?
I just need to find the barracks. I'm sure there's plenty of uniforms that we can fit into. We are banged up, at least Ali is. He can appear to be a wounded soldier seeking some kind of extraction. What troubles you? What are you thinking?
Something is off. I do not know what it is. I cannot put my finger on it.
When did the first transmission come through?
Yes, Ibrahim, what is the timestamp of the first transmission?
Unfortunately, it came in while the system was down, sir. Right here, 0000. I apologize. There's no way to get that timestamp.
But could we know if it happened before the battle or?
Yeah, you would have known if it was before the battle, but it was during.
Okay.
During. Yep.
So, either of these ships have been there hiding for some time, or they just arrived. It seems. I wonder what this new message has to say. It may clarify things.
It may. But what worries me is we have the station for the past 2 hours. The consortium should have some assets close by. We should have seen a counterattack by now, and there is none. On the other hand, Aladdin wants us back in our ship so he and his second-in-command can protect us. But Ibrahim sees a lot of objects out in space. He can't make them what they are. They're not space debris, asteroids, moons. No, it's something else. It's coming as unknowns, uncomputables, which means someone's hiding out there. And if they are, what are they waiting for?
How are they positioned around Aladdin's ships?
It is not clear yet. I do not know if Aladdin has betrayed us. I see no reason. There is money to be made here. But I want to seem from our end that we have not yet taken the installation. If we can make it seem that the consortium forces are still fighting, are still keeping us at bay, then whoever is out there might think that they still have the upper hand.
Thoraya raises an eyebrow. Your mind travels down
So you're
twisty
saying
paths,
this-
Pasha Khan.
How is this a honeypot? How would they know we're attacking the facility?
This is not a honeypot just yet. This is me trying to get more information in case somebody tries to contact us real time. They wouldn't want to talk to me just yet, but maybe they want to talk to their forces. So if it looks like you and Ali are a small battalion of remnants, they might give you some commands, and then we can learn more from whatever commands they give you.
Can we determine what channels they usually use to communicate? It may
Ibrahim,
be saved into their system.
is that possible?
It's right here. I've got a whole log of the past several weeks. They use this frequency, and this frequency. It appears this is a broadcast. This one's a type beam that seems to be used for administrators and scientists only.
And the latest communication that we just didn't answer to, did it come on any of those frequencies that is used by the consortium?
Wide broadcast.
Wide broadcast.
Yes. Everybody planet side is going to hear this if they could tune in.
Very well. Play it and pipe it into everybody's compads.
You sure we can trust this guy, Pasha?
Don't broadcast it planet side, just put it into our compads. I don't know who to trust right now.
One thing we do know is those are not asteroids, and Aladdin said nothing about that many ships. It said him and his second in command. So either he does not know they are there, or he does.
He said he was followed. He says when he was getting here, what is it that he says? In the passage, he was not alone. He said half the third horizon is on their way here. So,
which is why, if he is warning us that they are here in this message, that may tell us one thing. But if he is not warning us in this message, then he is a liar or a fool for not seeing them.
exactly. Play the message. It's anyway recorded.
The message, Atu, the message. Here's the message again. This is Aladdin PK of Enos. I received your summon none too soon. By the time you receive this, I will be very close to Algol. Unfortunately, I have grave news to report. It seems I'm not alone on this passage to your destination. Shortly after entering the system, my sensor operators reported to me many other vessels trailing behind. It seems that what you're doing on the surface has drawn the ire of half the third horizon. You have made powerful enemies, Basha Khan. It's a good thing I'm out here to get you out of this mess, blah, blah, blah.
Wait,
What
so it's the
about
same
the new message?
new message.
The new message? Ah, the new message coming in. Here's the new message recorded. Probably broadcast to the bad guys. You see the face of Assad Taibi on the bridge of a ship. This is Captain Assad Taibi of Mira aboard the Tortoise, and I am not alone. We have recently entered the Algol system and are sending this broadcast as a warning to the corrupt arms of the Consortium, Colonial Agency, and the Foundation. You have made enemies beyond count and now threaten not only our livelihood and income, but our families. Among my number are brave souls from Mira itself, where public opinion has been swayed against Lady Nima Narosha and her lapdogs. We come from the asteroid belt, where a once pirate named Prasad Bilroy has now shown his loyalty to the crew of the Crimson Wish. And we come from deep space, where we have freed one Braka Kentara, the father of your young captive, who was but a girl, and now he wants his revenge for what you have done to his daughter. I implore you, traitors and despots of the Third Horizon, flee to Coriolis and oust your rotten leaders, or the powers arrayed against you will only grow the greater, and you will be swept out of existence and cast into the darkness between the stars. Assad Taibi, out!
I have never met this Pira, but someone has captured her?
We sent her into hiding quite some time ago. It appears we did not hide her well enough if she is indeed captured.
Well, it appears to have been a mistake by whoever did it.
The better question is, where is she? Is she here? Perhaps we should contact Tybee.
Can we find the source? I mean, can we determine the source of the transmission well enough that we could tight beam that ship only?
Yep. I think Ibrahim could do it. No roll needed. Spend a few dark points, maybe?
What shall we say, Pasha Khan? Ask who has Pira? Ask how close they are? Are they the ones in the asteroids?
7, no. 2.
Yes. Asa Taibi is here to help. And Aladdin is here to help. Where are the consortium forces? Why have they not shown their hand? Why is there no threat from them?
They are either on their way or here. This is what Aladdin has said. We need clarification, Pasha. We don't know if Taibi is here yet or on his way. We do not know who these ships posing as asteroids are.
We also don't know what a Pieta is. It sounds like she's here the way the message rang out.
This is true. What if she's on the planet?
The question is, why is she on the planet? We hit her. I do not understand this.
Well, we can infiltrate places. I'm sure that they can too if they put their minds to it.
Very true.
Does Taibi know we're here?
No. No one knows we are here. The communication dish has been destroyed since the attack began. No one knows what's happening planetside.
Then
At max, when the attack began, maybe the people in the installation might have sent a distress signal saying they're being attacked, and then they fled. But they do not know what the situation is.
That may not be the case for long. The scientists who fled have not long before they reached the other little depot that they have, and it may have a communications array.
Yes. Ibrahim, I need you to do some more checking. Can you get into the financials that is there in their computer systems right now? Find out what exactly that they were trying to get out of here. What is the money that's involved?
Now, Bo, how long does it take for Abraham to send that message to Taibi?
Ibrahim, okay. What do you mean, send the message to Taibi? To reply to him?
Yes. Isn't that why?
You could do it right away if you wanted.
Yeah. But before we do that, just find we need bargaining chips over here, right? What is this installation worth to them? So we should be able to get some financials from their computer systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So can we do a roll for that?
Absolutely. If only Rob were here.
Maybe it's like he can show me the systems, but that it if he's already hacked it so much, maybe I could roll to kind of use culture and command to understand financials better.
Yeah, that'd be good. Let me see if I get any bonuses. No bonuses, but go for it.
Oh, cool. Culture. Fuck.
You find enough. You find some things, not everything, but you find some things. So much of what you find out is what you already know. That deep beneath Algol's surface is a rare, previously undiscovered alloy that would be quite a boon to the entire Third Horizon, but if in the hands of just the consortium and its sects, would be extremely valuable and give them an upper hand, make their ships just extremely durable, fast. A big advantage in any confrontation. That's one part of it. The other part of it that you see here is that Dr. Lehman Linzetto has been researching not only diseases and ways to exterminate the population of Algol, but replace them with Jinn intelligences. But basically, very rough AIs at this point, placed into the bodies of essentially robots that are semi-autonomous, but controlled from central quote-unquote commander brains or whatever. So basically, you see kind of training footage and you see several iterations of these robots. The first one's very slow and it's commanded one-on-one, like there's basically a big box on wheels like you guys saw, and it controls this one robot. And then now you see like one very armored tank-looking thing that seems to control several dozen of these robots at once. And you see logs that have been sent back to the consortium, and in particular have been sent back to Nima Narosha, kind of outlining how all the labor in this entire project could be automated if the population was taken care of. And a lot of that profit's going to be kind of laundered, for lack of a better term, and kind of sent to her and her allies in the Colonial Agency, which is kind of a sub portion of the consortium. Is that enough? Is that what you're looking for?
Yep. Pasha kind of calls everyone once they are done up to the HQ. Slight change of plans. But we need to discuss the next steps.
We need to go capture Dr. Linzetto. We have no time for talking.
I do not think Dr. Linzetto is going to matter very soon.
How?
If Assad Taibi is here, if Aladdin PK is here, that means the consortium forces are going to be soon here. Once the consortium forces are here, it's going to be an all-out battle in space. Your people's freedom is what's important. Right now, you have the upper hand. The consortium cannot land here if Assad Taibi and Aladdin put a blockade on the planet. By the time they do land here, and in case they do rout Assad and Aladdin, it will take some time. The question is, if you remove their incentive to even come to the planet, your people are safe and they're free. I thought money could be made here, but people seem to be hell-bent on destruction, so then destruction is what they will get. Scorched earth. We take the information that is there on their systems and just wideband broadcast it out into the third horizon. Let the chips fall where they fall. These are undeniable allegations with hard proof, with consortium documents that cannot be doctored. Your people can take whatever arms, ammunition they can out from here so they can arm and protect themselves for the future. We rig this place to blow up and we leave this planet. And then we sort ourselves out in space along with the other ships. The longer we stay here and chase Linzetto or anything else on this planet, the faster our chances of holding our destiny in hand is going to be lost. But I will leave it up to you.
People like Linzetto, I do not know if it is wise to let them leave. They will continue to practice their heresies and dark technology. They will come back in time. Of that there is no mistake. We must make Nima Narosha and this Linzetto pay and put them to the sword if possible.
Yes, I agree. But we may not be able to do it today. But what we can do today is make sure that they run and hide. Run and hide and look over their shoulders for as long as it takes before we find them. We may not find them on this planet. We may not find them in this system. But with the information we have, we release it. If Assad Taibi and he's brought a fleet with him, that means there will be more people across the third horizon who have had enough of the consortium and the colonial agency. This will give them enough need and reason to hunt any agents and consortium in their systems. Nima and Linzetto will not be free.
Other heads of the consortium will be forced to turn against them, claiming that they had no knowledge of their actions, and they will have their own allies chasing them as well.
Exactly. The consortium at the end of the day is a business. This will not be their only endeavor. There might be more that are profitable sooner than Al Gore, which would have been later. They have to save face and keep their appearances up in public.
I want to chase after this Linzetta as much as you do, Nasir. But perhaps the locals are... Perhaps they should take on this task.
You can let Mikhail know where they're headed. They have means. They might be able to get Linzetto and take care of it themselves, just as Al Ghul style. But our time here on this planet is coming to a close.
Do we head back to the Crimson Wish, or are we going to contact either Aladdin or Taibi?
We contact no one. If Taibi is indeed here and he's coming to war, he's going to force to show his hand first. It is then going to be seen what the consortium does in that. Our ship is hidden. We have not yet done anything to rouse suspicion of the Crimson Wish. I say we release all this information out into the third horizon. That would be the final nail in the consortium's effort to your planet, Nasir. We blow this installation up, rig it for self-destruct, and then we bug out of this planet, get back to our ship and see what happens. Because when this place blows up, everybody in space that's orbiting this planet will be able to see it. That should be the war bell, if it is such.
If we let Mikhail know where Linzetto is going, and we blow this space to hell where it belongs, and we broadcast all this information to the world and the horizon to know what they've done here, then yes, I will leave. But I do not ask any of you this. But once we have returned to our base and have had a chance to regroup, I will be returning here to fight.
We still don't know what a Pierre is.
This is what bothers me most about not knowing who is here and who is not.
If she is here, we could be dooming her if we blow the building without getting her out first. That's why we need to send a message to Taibi.
I barely know this Pierre, but if, as far as I'm concerned, she is a heretic and a witch. But if Assad is here to help her and to fight, then I will find her for him.
Well, then let's messenger and see where she's at. He's here thinking she's here. That means she might be here when we blow it up the building on top of her.
It is a gamble, as we do not know who is really our enemy, but I think it is one we must take if we are to act in the best interests of one who was once part of the Crimson Wish.
Then let us signal Assad.
Tight beam. Quiet.
And in,
Roger that, Taraya.
in the meantime, we can start rigging this to blow. And just off screen, I'd probably say just have Ibrahim let Mikhail know where Linzetto's going and let that be his problem, and then get some people to strip everything that isn't nailed down and get it ready to blow while we speak with Assad, if that sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Hawkham would probably be helping with the explosives and stuff, I'm guessing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Blowing stuff up is so much easier than making stuff.
You know exactly where to blow it up. Ibrahim turns to Pasha. The communicator's ready and warmed up, Pasha Khan. You're on air whenever you'd like to be.
And this is a direct tight beam to Assad, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe even
Haven't seen
tell
his
him
face
to
in a while.
not tell
Yep.
his...
So, Ibrahim...
Him-
sorry, go ahead. Go
We
ahead,
may
Tarek.
want to advise him to even keep our presence quiet from the rest of his crew. We do not want this to leak.
Very well, I shall tone myself down.
Is that even possible? Gives him a smile.
With great difficulty. Great difficulty. And Pasha flips the switch on the communicator and he stands in front of the third horizon webcam.
You see Assad Taibi's face on the bridge of his ship. He looks surprised as he answers. Tight beam communication coming from planet side. Who is this and how did you trace this frequency?
And, once all the static clears, Pasha is kind of standing there. Assad, old friend. It is good to see you.
His eyes kind of narrow. Pasha? I had no idea you were in our number. Why didn't you say so? I did not pick up the Crimson Wish on any of our scanners.
That is on purpose. Are you right now out there over Algol?
Yes, we
Is
are.
it your ships I see with the transponders switched off?
Always the clever one, Pasha Khan. Indeed, indeed. We have a feeling that the enemy of my enemy will be headed here. We will catch them unawares and destroy them. Do you remember Piera Kantara?
Yes, the girl we rescued. She is safe, last I checked.
Not of 1 week ago. A special team infiltrated the asteroid belt. She has been taken, Pasha Khan. But
Do you know anything about this special team?
I know that most of them died, but not before they could get away with the girl. But we did strike back. We freed one of their captives, Piera's father, who now is with us on his own ship. We think
What does
they
he
may
say?
be headed here.
Why do they want Piera? What does she got to do with it? She's got nothing.
Where are you, Pasha Khan? You must answer me this now. I will not betray you.
I'm planet side. I've taken their installation here on Algol.
Then you must leave immediately. Piera is with them. She can see through your eyes. She knows your every move, Pasha Khan.
My eyes? My eyes alone?
Anyone she's met. Her father is with me. He let me know about her gift. Although some think it witchcraft, it has its uses, especially now, and it's very dangerous.
Can she hear also or only see?
She can see through eyes. We are only relying on her love for her father to not give us away. It was a gamble, but a gamble worth taking. If the consortium is allowed to do what is rumored they are going to do on Algol, I don't know if you've heard about the information campaign about what's going on. Obviously, your name wouldn't be attached to any of this. Half of Mir is up at arms. Multiple other star systems as well. Some of them have flown with me on this attack. If the consortium is not stopped here, then it will not stop ever.
Assad, I have met Tierra. Ibrahim has met Tierra. Hakam has met Tierra, and Ali has met Tierra. But the other two in my party, he has not. Now she can see them through my eyes, yes. I'm going to send you some information, all the information from this installation. And then we are going to do some things over here that I will not speak about. And we'll figure out our next move.
I'm not going anywhere. We don't dare turn our active sensors on.
What is the good of... Where's Puta now?
We're not exactly sure. There are rumors, though. There are rumors that she's been handed over to some pirate operating out of Enos.
What?
I believe his name is Aladdin PK. The Pirate King, they call him. Small time at first, now he's growing big time. Rumors is he's struck a deal with the consortium.
And you have proof of this?
Yes. A deal regarding all the beer coming out of this place. It makes complete and total sense. People like Aladdin PK always stick out for themselves first. Damn his own governance.
Asha, you should ask him if that fleet can take on a destroyer.
Saad, there should be 2 ships that would not be hiding close to this planet. Do you see any 2 ships? Large, class 5 ships.
Let me have his ship run a scan. You know what you're asking me to do, Pasha Khan?
No. Will it give your position away?
Potentially. You do not know.
Very
You
well.
can run it.
No, do not run it.
I was going to say, didn't he say earlier he wanted us to come aboard? He's going to have to give us coordinates eventually if we agree to come on board.
Yep.
I have an idea.
All right.
I've actually got a little bit of a plan that we should workshop.
Yep.
Oh, so I muted myself.
Assad, we will contact
Ollie's
you.
been talking for 5 minutes and then on mute.
No, I couldn't hear anybody. I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is it all quiet?
In the meantime, we are going to send you a whole data mine of information from this installation. Spread it around. It has all the proof you need, not just hearsay and unfounded reports about what the consortium has been doing. No, this is the motherlode of all the data cache. This is from their servers. We have hacked it. Ibrahim, send it to Assad over the tight beam.
Now, did he say his ship could take on the destroyer?
No, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's that would be my RP with Assad for now. Bo.
Yeah, Ibrahim would go ahead and send all that stuff up. Assad would say, now isn't this a gift? What I knew before, and so much more. Now it's obvious why this place is not crawling with consortium ships. We were expecting as much. Ima Narosha does not want to dirty her hands or be involved in any way. But thanks to this information, she will not be able to run away from her involvement. If she does not come to battle here, her name will still be smeared all along the Third Horizon. Thank you, Pasha Khan. This is a gift. but Pierre's father still wants his revenge, and thus we will wait here.
So
I will
as
reach
he
out
hangs
shortly.
up,
And Pasha kind of flicks the communicator off. See? I
So-
kept it low. I didn't say anytime you deal with Pasha, it's a gift.
So the consortium, it is not coming at all. That was bullshit that Aladdin Piquet was feeding us. He was talking about maybe the Assad's ships instead.
I think he might not be talking about anything. I think if what Assad is true, we have ourselves a rat.
And if he has captured a mere girl to do the bidding of the consortium, then he is a dead rat.
His ship is
Pasha makes friends with a lot of people, but he does not abide by people who double-cross him.
Pasha, Thariah takes. Sometimes she wears this face veil when she's praying to the faceless one, and she kind of takes it out and she starts folding it, and she says, "May I cover your eyes?"
Please do.
And she kind of ties it around him and positions herself so that the others can kind of see but not hear but not see what she's saying. If we want to get this Pira, then at least some of us will have to board Aladdin's ship. How come he made those data things that we used here to take control of the installation? If we had something similar that we could bring on his ship, perhaps we could take control of his ship from the Crimson Wish. Of course, then whoever was aboard the ship would be stuck. How would we get Pira off? The only thing I can think, and I don't like to even say it, is we have to give them a reason to want us to leave. Can we find any samples of the virus?
Yes, based on the documentation here, the virus was manufactured in this facility.
Hawkman has a genome and stuff. Yep.
If we bring a vial on board and then we say, we are taking Bira and we are leaving, or you are all going to die of this virus.
Or if,
Yes.
if there's a way we could just give him the virus and trade Tira for the cure.
No. And now Pasha kind of, his voice has changed a little. There shall be no more trading. I'm done trading. Aladdin PK had his chance. He could have made a lot of beer over here, and he chose death. And death is what he's going to get. That is an excellent plan, Thariah.
She kind of blushes, actually.
Can I ask, what is your command?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's your safe word?
No, what's your safe word? what is your command at?
I don't think it's good. Hold on. What's your safe word?
What's your safe word? What's your
That's what
command?
she thinks he's
Yeah.
saying.
0.
No, it's a 0. She's got a total of 3 empathy.
All right.
This is yellow.
Better at manipulation, 4 total dice there.
Okay.
She doesn't like being in charge.
Whose command is better in the entire group?
I got
second
a,
best.
I got a 1.
Fuck. Okay. All right, which I think it can still work. So it's a good plan, Thuraya, and I think the only way to make it work, though, like you said, is and I cannot see it any other way, that there has to be a bait. I believe the Crimson Wish comes out of hiding. I alone go to Aladdin's ship. I get Piera back. He is going to attack. At which point we can use Assad to come to our rescue and also blow up this installation. That chaos should give us enough to get the Crimson Wish out of immediate harm's way. But I am not going to barter for her life. The moment I step on that ship, I am going to release that virus onto that ship. Hakam, you have the cure. I will take it, and I'll take an extra vial for Piera. And I'll do my best to bring her out of there. I'll try and give you commands from where I am, but it should work.
I don't like this, Pasha Khan. Perhaps Hakam can come up with some way that he can shield others of us who are on the shuttle from detection.
No, Aladdin would give him too much. The only way to make it look correct is if the Crimson Wish comes out of hiding, meets him fair and square over the planet Algol in space. I go aboard to discuss terms. I can tell him I have something from the installation, something that he would very much want to see himself.
He does not yet know that we know that he has betrayed us.
Exactly. He will think that the captain of the Crimson Wish is coming aboard his ship, that he has the upper hand. He will capture me and the Crimson Wish will be dead in space. But that's not going to be the case.
Or perhaps he does know that we know. We don't know if she was watching while we had that conversation with Taibi. She can't watch us every minute.
It is also not possible to know what she doesn't know. They don't know if Taibi is in the system, on his way to the system.
If she is determined not to mention Taibi, then she will not mention that either.
Yep. She will have to give him something. And she can give my actions, but my actions will be different from the four of you. So there is still some element of surprise. She can see through my eyes, but she cannot understand what I'm going to do next, nor can she hear what I'm saying. So, I think this plan still can work. I take the virus up there. We rig this place up to blow. We board the Crimson Wish. The Crimson Wish comes out of hiding. I go aboard the Kingfisher to parley, release the virus, and in that chaos, Crimson Wish attacks, this place blows up, Assad Taibi comes out of hiding, and chaos is always best. That's when the unexpected can happen.
We still have those data cards from Hakam. Perhaps you would have a chance to use it as well.
Indeed. Put it in my robe. Let me not see where you put it.
Yep, she will.
Same goes with the virus. Let me not see where you put it.
She's doing this in a way also that no one else in the room would, like, she's standing really close to him. They can't see exactly what she would be doing.
Any questions with these plans? Any comments?
I don't think you should go alone. I don't think Aladdin would expect you to appear alone. Let me
Why,
come with you.
Ali? Is that you having a soft spot for your good old friend Pasha Khan now?
I do not leave in friends in places they may not come back from.
But I left you on the dunes of the Barden. At least here I'm in a nice Class 5 ship, and who knows? Maybe I might be able to take it over and finally be no longer just Captain Pasha Khan, but Admiral Pasha Khan. That has a nice ring to it.
That it does, but I don't think you should still go it alone. And I think it's too comfy for you to leave me there for you. If it was a desert planet, or even this godforsaken snowy area, I would leave you to your alone. But I'm gonna come with you.
And then
If you
who's
leave
gonna,
him, go ahead.
then who's gonna fire the guns from the Crimson Wish, Ali?
Thoraya, don't worry. She has two hands.
Pasha, if you leave Ali, he will be very bored. And when Ali gets bored, he causes trouble. Please, take him with you. Save us all the headache.
Maybe it might work. He might see that my bodyguard is so beaten up that I do not stand a threat to Aladdin.
We will look beaten and desperate.
Then it's settled.
Don't expect me to save you on that ship, Ali. If things go wrong, I'm gonna leave your ass over there. And Pasha kind of smiles and laughs.
Tonight, I've been in worse places, but with both arms before. We'll see how good it is if I do it just one.
Very well. Suraya, I will leave it up to you to communicate to Assad once we get to the Crimson Wish. Ali,
nods.
Nasir, Hakam, if you could please rig this place to blow. And when I mean blow, I want it to be spectacular. Think if Pasha was wrapped in a bomb and the bomb had flair and magnificence, what would it look like? I want you to channel Pasha when you build this bomb.
They will see this explosion from the jump point.
That won't solve the problem with Aladdin PK. They'll just mess up consortium business, right?
It will, but it's going to give us an opportunity to escape. The only way to get Aladdin to focus on us and not on Assad is if he feels the Crimson Wish is the only ship around, and the Crimson Wish is square in his sights. When the moment is right and this place blows up, he's going to see that he was not able to save the consortium's interest. That means he will have to answer to the consortium. That means he's going to be angry, and when people are angry, they do stupid and foolish things, and that will be the break we will need.
You don't want to just use this base as leverage? Say we blow it up unless we get what we want.
There is no more leverage. It could be a never-ending siege.
What is being created here is dark and evil. This place needs to be wiped off the face of the planet.
And with this, the people of Al Ghul will have freedom. The consortium cannot come back and take over what has already been destroyed. The people can leave here with arms and stuff in the meantime. They can arm themselves from any such incursions in the future. And this was not all built in a day. It took them years. By which time?
Go ahead.
By which time the people of Al Ghul will unite, hopefully form a government, and be able to repel them as a strong united force.
Cool. Yeah, he says, okay, I can work with that. I assume we need like Hakam to do the explosive stuff. That's why he's not going with to the.
Well, we also need him
Ship?
to make some virus.
Okay. Well, we have
This
a
med lab probably has all sorts of stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because otherwise we have one lab still on the Crimson Wish. I thought set up from like last session.
This is where they originally manufactured it, so it's gotta be easier.
Yeah. Okay.
They like have a macro on their manufacturing.
Yeah, I just feel bad.
Or just press it.
Not bringing Hakam to bear against Aladdin PK.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that if Pasha is able to insert that. Last time we had Hakam create these data chips that basically you put them into any data port and it lets you
data spike.
Yeah, grab control, and if he's able to get one of those, you'll definitely have some roles to work on the Kingfisher.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, when this place blows up, if it blows up the way I want it to blow up, Aladdin is not going to have a choice, right? He's here to protect the assets, and the assets are destroyed. That means there's going to be chaos on the bridge. In the chaos, I could do something and slip whatever disks into whatever holes.
Again, that was just a +2 on a data gen roll. It wasn't like a self-hacking supercomputer thing.
No, but if you could program something that would make data meme not bullshit, right? Like if you could put something where the first roll of the data meme is almost a win, and you can immediately start data meming.
Sure.
So that makes sense, because if you had that data spike, you at least that first roll for the data, and the data meme takes 2 turns. That's what you decided, right? I mean,
Yep.
Yep.
So what it would do is get rid of the first turn, because if you had that data spike on there, you would already know what all the modules were.
Yep.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yep. So Hakam comes to bear on the Kingfisher. And if we can data meme them, that makes it easier for the Crimson Wish to kind of run away a little and regroup with Assad.
I was thinking it could be super fun if this is towards the end of the campaign anyway, to get Ashanti a role, move Ashanti onto the Kingfisher to just fuck up their system.
Oh, that would be good.
Yes.
Good cinema.
But wait, you mean detach Ashanti from the Crimson Wish?
Yeah, put her on the Kingfisher, essentially as a ninja in the system, like a gremlin, right?
That's what a Gen intelligence is. Yes.
Yeah. And instead of helping like she does on our ship, she just starts turning shit off and on and just is just obstinate.
It would basically give them, what I would do is I would give them that flaw. I forget what the flaw was. It's called like unruly ship intelligence or something like that.
Yep.
Or like randomly stuff won't work.
Correct. And she can aim to misbehave, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, but she can control the ship.
Intelligent virus. Yeah, it would be intelligent computer. Yeah. Again, it's not written in the rules whether you can do that or not, but it's probably when I was thinking of how can you most easily disable these ships, would be either kill the reactor and they're dead in space, but you'd need like an EMP or a bomb or something, or do it electronically somehow, and you'd have to have some sort of virus. And when I thought about like what is the best virus I could come up with, it's a sentient AI, right? That is essentially what Ashanti is.
I like this idea.
It's like the highest tech.
Yeah.
She seems like she would like to do that.
I really like it.
Yep,
I
let's
like
do it.
that.
And then there's a bonus too, because once she's on the ship, Pasha Khan has control of the ship.
I don't know if mechanically Bo's gonna let us do that, but
Yeah, that and like the reason like the reactors and all that stuff is kind of like shielded from data meming and stuff. Like, right, you can't.
You can't shut down. Yeah, you can't data meme the reactor, but if she's misbehaving and the data meme is active, you could shut down like weapon systems and so on and so forth, right?
Yes, yep.
And Pasha would just say like, hey, take the Kingfisher out, but don't put so many holes that we cannot fix her. Hey, after all, we are pirates.
Now you're finally becoming pirates. Finally.
All right,
Episode 16.
It's almost 11. Let's put this into action.
Yeah, we're not going to do any space combat or any of that stuff tonight. I don't want to get into that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You could implant it, data spike into my arm in case they search us. You know, hold this, wave a stump around. I
Yeah.
doubt they would go digging in there.
Yeah, it's a mechanical arm anyway, right?
No.
It's the stump of a mechanical arm. It's probably got all sorts of weird
It's not even.
wire
He
bits.
just has cybernetic muscles. He doesn't have a robot arm. His actual.
I thought,
arm
yeah,
got
he needs an
blown off.
actual hospital and a proper cybernetic arm. Nobody connected any sort of arm to him yet.
No, but he's got a stub, and he doubt that people are going to be searching inside a stub for anything.
Hey, maybe that could be why I'm on his ship. Right?
Ali needs medical
Yes.
attention.
Yeah, Ali needs medical attention. His ship is bigger than the Crimson Wish. He doesn't know what systems we have. He doesn't need to know that we have a med bay. But I could coming on there as, I'm so glad you're here. You're here to save us. I'm coming on board with Ali. He needs some medical attention. That way Ali is in some other part of the ship and he can start doing his stuff there, and I'm on the bridge and I can start doing my stuff there. What
I
about
like
that?
it.
Yep.
So
It's
you
like-
guys all get to work
Yeah.
doing that stuff.
Awesome.
You
Hey, I want to
roleplay one or
confirm
two.
we are playing this Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I just looked though. Raz isn't playing. Could you make it on Wednesday, or we could maybe reschedule it?
No, I'm
You can
literally
push it.
running my own group on Wednesdays. A Star Wars group, the one that I've ran 100 plus sessions, so it's hard to tell them
Yeah.
no.
Well, I don't have anything
I
set for
mean,
next
Hakam,
month.
in this current plan, Hakam is just doing, I think, one or two rolls for an explosion, right? And like some tech stuff.
Who's commanding? Who had the highest command? Do we say?
No, I'll command from the Crimson Wish on combat.
Okay. I might just
Yep.
give you a couple penalties or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to hold the group up. If you all can play on Wednesday, just play and let me know. Afterwards, what happened?
Who knows? Now, if you get a destroyer, maybe we'll continue a grand campaign once a month or something.
If this doesn't work, Hakam will just make it somehow onto the hull of the of Aladdin PK's ship with his thermal lance and just start cutting holes. Just destroy the shit out of it. Like a woodpecker.
So rename the ship the Pecker.
Yep,
King
Swiss
Fisher.
cheese.
And that's how the campaign ends. As the sun sets over Algol, the Kingfisher flies towards the gate. There's a single forlorn figure on the hull, just
Maniacally cutting holes.
yeah,
Just
drawing
destroying
big,
shit.
drawing big dicks and cutting holes.
Yep. With that cutter, it takes just 1 minute to make a hole the size of an exoshell. It's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a person in a full right environment suit, like in an outer space suit. So you could totally make holes and then start getting into the innards of the ship and start just messing with structures and cables.
You have
and
a
turn the
lightsaber.
reactor off. Essentially, yeah. Yeah, it's an expensive tool, but it's really useful, I guess, if you wanted to really. I mean, can you imagine you just land on someone's bridge and just cut straight through the front glass? It's like immediate decompression.
As plans are made, explosives are crafted, the med lab is fired up, and beakers are centrifuged. There's a cut scene of Mikhail Nineflower's men flying shuttles across the tundra, strafing ground vehicles. Half the ground vehicles are destroyed en route to a small village with a smaller hangar. The other half of the ground vehicles turn and form a barricade as scientists and Dr. Lehman and Zeto scurries to the hangar. The outcome of that is uncertain, and we'll wait until next time. The camera then fades up into deep space, where a very large ship hangs silhouetted against the stars. The camera zooms through the bridge, down into the brig, and then finally into a sealed room where a woman lays on a table bound and gagged, hooked up to intravenous lines and other contraptions. There's the sound of a door opening as Aladdin PK walks into the room. Gone is his jovial visage, full of decor and pomp. His face is hard as he presses a button. Certain chemicals flow into Kara's blood and she wakes up. She tries to move her hands, tries to remove the blindfold from her eyes, but it's of no avail. Aladdin PK leans over her, rips the blindfold from her eyes, and says to her, "Tell me what you saw." The blackness of space, the darkness between the stars, clouds all. But your query is on Algol, Pirate King. And then she looks him in the eye. Although as of now, they suspect nothing. And as the session comes to a close, you just hear Aladdin PK laugh. We'll end it there. A little bit early tonight.
Sweet. Nice Skeletor laugh.
Good.
Nice.
I do not wish to be good.